Kia ora whānau, how's it going? Hey, this is Rewa Te Kau here, Kaitiaki Māra Kai Backyard Gardens project up here in Kaikohe. Hey, just a little bit of an update for us in relationship to what we're doing in the Mara. I don't know about where you are, but I'm seeing whānau around the country who are looking like they're putting on their winter clothing, and so that tells me it's coming into winter time. Beanies, jackets, as I'm wearing now, and the last couple of days has been pretty makariri up here. So early in the week we did some other projects in regards to digging and preparing some soil, putting down garlic, and today I'm really doing some fertilizing and hua maintenance and garden maintenance and tool maintenance. So that's what we're going to be chatting about today. Yeah, click the like button, share it around. If you're not part of us, join up with us. So now, a couple of things I'm thinking of right now in relationship to what we've been doing in our Mara today is we, in the Maramataka Māori, we're actually coming to a full moon here in Northland, and so it's really a nice time to put some soil health, think about the soil health and regeneration and nurturing our produce in regards to fertiliser, compost, covering in regards to mulch and things like that. But today you'll see some of my pics. It's been the fertilising that I'm into at the moment. So you'll see behind me is our worm farm. Now this is really rocking, and I'll show you some pics about the water collection that we get there. But I've taken my worm juice and just made up some 5 litre containers and just been spreading it around on my mara, on my cabbages, put a little bit on my garlic that I did the other day, and lettuces and bok choy, kale, and just worked around. And I did a bit of weeding in my garlic, my carrot garden I've got here. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we're doing today. You may want to also think about other types of maintenance. With all our autumn leaves falling down, you can mow those up or put them down as a mulch. I've got some raised beds that I've used for upcycled old washing machines, and so I'm putting a layer of leaves in there and using it as mulch. I've gone around my main mara and laid down lawn clippings, leaves, and really just to put a winter cover over the soil, and I'm just going to start adding in worm castings and other compost as spring comes along. So it's really just that maintenance and putting things back into the soil. You know, because summer in my main mara we've taken a whole lot of things out, a lot of hua, a lot of vegetables, and so we're now needing to, in these colder months, think about how we're going to put the carbon back in, put nutrient back in, and all those good stuff they need for plant growth and so forth. And this is an example of my garden maintenance here. I came through the other day and did a bit of weeding and just tidied up a little bit around my hua here. I did some more of this one on these beds. I've now got gaps, so what I'm actually going to do, this row here really got hit by the rain that we had recently, so I'm just going to fill the gaps in the last planting for the season. So I've taken some of my worm juice out of that bucket over there, which I get from the worm farm, and I've just gone around and watered everything. So I've just 5 litres to about 10-20 mils of worm juice, and I've just gone and watered. did a bit of weeding around those carrots over there. Spring onions are coming along. Tossed my soil that I'm doing with compost last week, or not last week, on Thursday. What's today? Saturday? Yeah, Thursday. Got some manure. Did a mixture of that in there to continually making more compost for the soil. But the key thing for my maintenance alongside, so I've already talked about putting materials back into, good stuff back into the soil instead of just taking, we need to put back in there. So that's my kind of environmental flavour. For the plants and feeding them, they are taking materials out of nutrients out of the soil, so hence why the fertiliser from my worm farm, just go along and water that in a nice little way, and if there's some major weeds there, I just pull them out. But as you can see by that bed, I'll put in, I can put in some more. We've got the edge along here that I can put in some more along there alongside the spinach, and yeah, just add a little bit in. Now the other thing is the seasoning or the timing of the year for up here in Northland. Over the last 2 or 3 years, I've worked out, and this is confirmed by other seedling growers, that Queen's birthday, or now King's birthday, is, and the weeks around that, is really the last kind of major push for planting. So I'm not going to do much planting after this until springtime. July, August, September period for Northland up here. So I am going to, probably either side of this period of time, this long weekend, think about my last on this, my vegetables that I'm putting in, because I don't want the frosts to kill the seedlings. Although you could put a cover over it, but that's what I've picked up here, and just understanding the conditions for the environment that I find myself in. So other things you can do over this period of time leading up to spring is think about how you want to lay out your mara for the spring season. You may want to look at tool maintenance. You may want to think about sharpening your tools, or what those, clean them up from the previous mahi that you were doing. You could think about your layout of your mara, what you want to plant. So I'm going to be doing decided I'm actually going to do some potatoes in here. So I'm going to basically prep that whole mara there for potatoes. And while I'm doing that is I've done a lot of potatoes over the back over there. So I'm now going to shift it and put them over here. And this will help in regards to the soil compaction. The potatoes will break up the soil and gives me an opportunity to expand my mara. And then this long fence here that I put up to stop the hay getting into there, I'll just put it over here, and yeah, and this will be all my thinking about. So some of the things that I'm thinking about in regards to springtime, I'm thinking about a raised bed here. Same too over here. I'm thinking about raised beds over here with maybe a tunnel that we could use for either tomatoes or beans. And what I did out the front here, remember we had our tomatoes, lettuces, so forth. So I cleaned that up, and the leaves from this tree up here, I ended up just using it as a kind of a mulch. So and I've laid it around because, as you can see, this side of the whare doesn't really get a lot of sun, only in the morning, because the sun comes from over that way and then pretty much just goes across the skyline. So in winter time we actually don't get a lot in here. So I've actually wintered down this bed. Got the leaves on top, they'll break down and feed the soil. It also helps suppresses the weeds. And what I'll probably do is when we have a mow here in the front, I I sprinkle a little bit of grass on top just to suppress it, and then when spring comes along I'll just dig that in, open it up a bit, and then I can start planting from this perspective. So yeah, and we start again in the springtime. Yeah, boy. Awesome, looking good. But as you can see in the back here is where all the sun goes. So I'm trying to encapsulate that sun and lay my winter garden in accordance to the sun and where it is. And as you can see here and there, in the winter time, there's a lot of the sun once it comes up into the sky. Hence why we thinned out the Feijoa tree. Alright, whānau, hey, click the like button, share it around, getting in the garden, backyard gardens, Kaitiaki Māra Kai, one garden at a time. And you can see, you got the bok choy at the front, you've got broccoli here, cabbages at the back, yeah, spring onions. We did a lot of work here, cleaned it out, and you would have seen the journey of putting this one. Okay, whānau, God bless. This is Lewai Te Kahu. Here's our way of fun.